Good evening. It's been a very warm week here, and that continues through the next couple of days as well, although there will be a couple more clouds tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis.
And I'm student meteorologist Matthew Reagan. It was a warm day out there. I found myself sweating a lot, which is surprising for December.
Yeah, we were 2 degrees off the record here in Tallahassee, and record temperatures in Georgia as well, and that trend continues, although temperatures are going to be heading down towards the middle of the weekend.
We'll start to see a rebound of the cooler, more seasonable temperatures into next week, which will be nice. I mean, finals week's coming up. We don't want to be sweating heading to the library.
Yeah, don't worry about the rain, so if you want to study out on Landis Green, go ahead and do that. There will be a couple more clouds that'll provide a little bit of shade, keep it a little bit cooler for you, but it'll be fantastic.
It was a nice day today. We were enjoying the fall-like temperatures. It's dry. It was a little warm, as I said before, but next week we'll start to see that cool down.
Yeah, if you're heading up to Charlotte over the next couple of days, the story's a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit rainy up there.
Rainy day, game day forecast for the ACC championship game. We'll have more on that later, but it's not looking too good up there if you are heading that way.
If you're staying here in Tallahassee, the Winter Festival is this weekend, and temperatures are looking good for that. It's not going to feel like winter, though. It's going to feel kind of like Australia during the winter, right?
Yeah, it'll be kind of warm, it's a mixture of some Florida bipolar weather going on.
Yeah, but all around great conditions for much of the week and much of the United States as well. We're going to take a look at that in the overview here with Allie.
We are. Well, here in Tallahassee today, we had a nice sunny day giving us above average temperatures. So that felt really nice to be outside. But unfortunately, we can't get used to that because that rain is heading in this weekend. And that is going to lower our temperatures just a little bit. So we can't get used to this warmth, unfortunately. But today it was beautiful and sunny, as you can see by this satellite radar. Just a couple clouds here and there, but really all of that sun allowed those temperatures just to keep on rising and giving us those nice kind of fall summery temperatures, even though we're in December. So it was a very nice day. Today's forecast, though, is going to be another beautiful night. So 54 here in Tallahassee, and pretty much the same story around the region, just plus or minus a degree or two. They're at 55 in Monticello, 57 down there in Carabel, just slightly cooler. So it is going to be a beautiful, clear night, and if you are going outside, you might want to enjoy that because that rain is going to head in and those clouds are going to keep coming in tomorrow and through the weekend. So enjoy it tonight. But for now, we're just going to send it back to the desk.
All right, thank you so much, Allie. Even though hurricane season is over here, we still have something to talk about in the Western Pacific, and that's Super Typhoon Hagupit.
Yeah, there is a super typhoon that has winds of about 160 miles an hour that is moving towards the Philippines. Now, whether it hits the Philippines or not is still up to some question.
And this part of the Philippines was ravaged by Super Typhoon Haiyan last year, so they're no strangers to these super typhoons, but unfortunately this is heading their way again.
Yeah, the city of Tacloban, which was devastated by Haiyan just a year ago, could see some outer fringe impacts, possibly up to hurricane force winds if this system moves a little bit closer than currently forecast.
Yeah, we could see some, we're not going to see any impacts here, but over there, if you do have any friends in the Philippines, let them know that the storm is headed their way and it is a beast of a storm.
Yeah, after it moves past the Philippines, it'll be moving up into the Pacific Ocean and away from the Philippines, so that's good news all around there. But it's going to be a while.
Yep, it will be a little bit, but for now, we're going to go ahead and send it out to Connor to take a look at what's going on here locally.
Yeah, guys, luckily no hurricanes or typhoons to worry about now that we're approaching the December and moving into the later month of December. But right now, look at these temperatures. 73 is what we reached here currently in Tallahassee. Kind of feeling like October rather than December, if you can believe it. We are in December right now. That humidity, though, is creeping up a little bit more humid. If you did step outside today, you probably felt that. Sitting at about 57%. But as we look around the whole panhandle in the southeast, we can see these 70 and lower 60 temperatures closer to the coast are across the entire viewing area. We see 73 in Tallahassee, 68 in Quincy, and look at that warm spot there, 78 in Wilma. So we are seeing these warmer fall-like conditions, which is quite pleasant if you do ask me, rather than those 20s and 30s we've experienced just a couple of weeks ago in November. Now, if you look at our 24-hour temperature difference, we can see we're just a degree cooler here in Tallahassee than we were yesterday, but we are warmer as we do look to our northwest, plus 4 degrees in Quincy, and even plus 5 in Bainbridge. So we are feeling those warmer temperatures, and they should persist into the later week and into the early next week. Now, locally right now, our radar, nada. Not showing much of anything on here, just some light reflectivity, but nothing to worry about in terms of the radar. Now, our futurecast is showing this warmer weather persisting with this cold, warm front to our north. And this low pressure system will be our next weather maker here in Tallahassee. That will be approaching on 5 p.m. around the Texas area, but that will be pushing down towards the southeast as we do move into later this weekend, Saturday and into Sunday. And as that front does approach, we will experience some more rain showers, some more popcorn-like showers all across the southeast. But luckily, we have a few more days, so we really have to worry about that. Now, tonight's forecast is going to be another mild one, another comfortable if you do have outdoor plans. 56 degrees tonight as you do head out the door. Beautiful night, clear skies. It should be a perfect evening to get out, go out to dinner, walk the dog. So just bring maybe that light jacket if you are heading outside. And tomorrow's forecast looking pretty similar as we had today. Look at that, 76 degrees, beautiful fall-like conditions, even though we're in meteorological December right now. Lots of sunshine, and temperatures continue to be above average, and they will continue over the next couple of days and into the weekend until that next front does approach. Now, since we are in December and live in Florida, you might want to head out onto the boat tomorrow, Friday evening. Why not? It is going to be waves around 2 to 3 feet, and those winds will make it nice if you do want to go on the water, get some waves and some sun. Make sure you bring that sunscreen, though. And over the next 7 days, we do see these 70s, and even those 60s are approaching later in the day. In the week, we won't experience many of those warmer temperatures like we did earlier this week, but hopefully that rain doesn't affect our possible ACC champs. They are taking on Georgia Tech. Now we're going to give it to John to talk more about the southeast and maybe even the Charlotte area.
Yeah, it's been warm across the southeast, even up in North Carolina, still in the 50s at this hour. Here in Tallahassee, we're sitting at 73 degrees, and actually a couple of the spots around the area have actually warmed up in the last hour or so. Temperatures along I-10 in the 70s, heading down south. Some spots even down into the 80s, closer to Fort Myers, and across I-4, even especially along the west coast. Just a couple of clouds passing through the area right now, nothing of significance, maybe a shower or two across the Treasure Coast and down towards South Beach down in Miami. Nothing really to talk about, and this is the reason why we haven't seen a whole lot of weather. Just a few clouds passing through. Notice that all these clouds are moving basically from west to east across the area, and even some darker colors here up at right around 20,000 feet or so. That's some drier air, and that's going to change over the next day or so with some more moisture coming in from the west. And I want to show you something we don't typically talk about here on the weather show. This is up at 20,000 feet. This is wind blowing parallel with these lines. So wind is coming out of the northwest, right around Memphis, and then down towards our area, also out of the northwest. This is what we call zonal flow, mainly winds blowing east to west, and that really doesn't create a lot of weather. Now, the difference here off towards our west, you see this little bump in the road here. This is our next weather system that's coming out of the Pacific Southwest. This is going to travel across the east coast and up towards the northeast over the next 24 to 36 hours, and that's going to create some weather here. Maybe a couple of showers, but closer to where that low will travel up towards the north and east is where we'll see some more rain. That's where we're seeing the forecast for rain in Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday. But for tonight, though, we're looking clear across the southeast, 56 degrees here in Tallahassee, much warmer than average for this time of year, 60 degrees in New Orleans. Heading down south, we're still in the low to mid 70s down south of Alligator Alley and closer to Miami. 80s tomorrow down there along the south coast, 82 degrees in Miami. Heading across the southeast, one last day of very warm temperatures across the area in the low to mid 70s across most of the southeast, the cool spot being in North Carolina for 64 degrees, and you're going to have to head north for some wintry type conditions.
That's right. You have to head north for the wintry conditions, but if you are staying in town, we got the Winter Festival coming up this weekend, and you can tell us more about that.
Yeah, this Saturday, starting at 3 o'clock through 10 o'clock on Saturday, there'll be lots of wintry events. They're bringing the candy canes back into style here with lots of candy canes for everyone here, and also an ice skating rink downtown.
That sounds like a lot of fun, especially me. I'm from South Florida, so I'm going to head out there and see what all the hubbub's about. It's going to be a great day, and it concludes with a parade. Yeah,
there is also a 3K starting at 6:15, running around downtown, and then the parade follows the 3K around town, the Jingle Bell Run at 7:15, and then tree lighting just before that. So lots of holiday festivities happening downtown this weekend.
Absolutely, and the weather is going to be nice for that. Maybe a couple sprinkles or two, but we're not predicting a washout at all.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic here. 70s sticking around through Saturday, and then cool front comes in Saturday evening and really cools things off into early parts of next week.
But it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to head out to it, see what all the wintry fun is going to be all about. But for now, we're going to go ahead and send it on out to Connor, who's going to tell us more what's going on across the country.
And thanks, guys. Yes, we don't really have to worry about the precip here until later on into Saturday and evening. But look right here, just around the southeast, we are staying warm and we are staying dry. Look at this, 82 down in Miami, 76 here in Tallahassee, and even Little Rock way up there, 71 degrees. So the whole United States, southeastern United States, I should say, are experiencing warmer conditions, above average conditions, and those will be expected to stay as we do push in for the next couple of days. Now, the big weather headlines are the above average temperatures, as I have mentioned. Rain chances will be increasing as we do move on into the next couple of hours, and cooler next week as we do anticipate going back to the desk. And so we're going to just send it back to the desk really quick. And guys, talk us more about some weather.
Heading around the nation right now, talking in the southwest, we're talking rainfall over the last couple of days. That California had 3 to 5 inches of rainfall out in California, which is abnormal for them.
Yeah, typically this time of year we're seeing a lot of wildfires, and the rain out in California is definitely much needed.
Yeah, and that is continuing up into the Ohio River Valley over the next couple of days. Could cause some troubles up in the Ohio River Valley and up into the northeast.
The northeast, I'll be getting to that more later in our wintry forecast for the national. And we'll, for now, we're going to send it back on out to Connor to tell us more what's going on out there. Connor?
Yeah, guys, sorry about that. But now we get back to the southeast. You can see these current temperatures, as I've been mentioning, these warmer conditions down to the southeast. And towards the north, we are experiencing those cooler temperatures, which we would expect as we do push in December. It is winter now, so we will experience these 20s and even those 30s down into the central plain states. But now looking at the satellite and radar across the entire continental United States, we can see this is our new low pressure system that will be pushing in to the eastern part of the country later this week, and we can see that comma cut type shape, which indicates a low pressure system with that cold front, and associated with that is some freezing precip, some snow, and even some rain and some thunderstorms embedded within those clouds. Now, our satellite radar, if we do look up to the northeast, we can see the snow right in near Michigan, and then down to our south, we do see those rain showers as the temperatures do warm. And getting a little bit closer, and we can see there's a little bit of blue, some greens right here that indicates a mixture of both rain and snow for the Kentucky area. And if we push west towards Phoenix area, you can see they are receiving a lot of rain, which is actually quite an anomaly for this time of year. I'm sure they could use it, but that will be a problem for flash flooding and any other events that might occur at that time. And our satellite radar, if we do make our way back to the northwest towards Seattle, we can see again another wintry precip mix. Up here, some rain, some ice, some sleet, and some snow. So we have the whole shebang up there. And all right, our future cast is showing that tonight we will be getting down cooler. And look at this, as this cold front does push to the east, we will see that line of cooler temperatures make its way also to the east. And we will have to keep an eye on that as we do push in to Saturday evening into Sunday morning here in Tallahassee. Now, Friday, about 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m., we are seeing those cooler temperatures dive their way south and then eventually make their way towards the east. Now, tonight's forecast, we are seeing lower 40s to 30s up in the Denver area, even some 20s up there towards Minneapolis and the Billings area. But down here in Florida, look at that. Sitting nice and warm down into the 50s. And tomorrow, pretty much the whole story across the board, warmer to the southeast, cooler up towards the Midwest. So, you know, pretty much what is expected this time of the year. But to tell us a little bit more about our local weather here, we're going to send it off to Matt. Tell us more about our Florida weather.
Great, thank you so much, Connor. If you're stepping outside right now, you're looking pretty nice out there. It's 73 degrees, dew point at 57 degrees, and humidity 57%. It's a lot warmer than what we have been seeing over the last few weeks. Kind of unseasonable at times, but it's still rather comfortable. And if you still want to get in some studying outside, I would definitely recommend it if you wanted to take that route. But let's go ahead and look at the satellite and radar right now, because there's nothing on radar, but this gray here shows a few clouds out there. So you could see a couple peaks of clouds. The sun now just setting, so as that sun goes down, those temperatures will start to dive just a little bit as well. But current temperatures around the Big Bend region, like I said, 73 here in Tallahassee, 69 in St. Mark, 68 in Carabel. That's the cool spot across the board, as well as Monticello and Thomasville. So rather seasonable for our area right now. Could be a little bit cooler for December, but hey, it's Florida, so you never know what's going to happen. And, well, it happened. It's getting quite warm out there. But current dew point around the rest of the region here, so this is that feeling in the atmosphere of whether or not it feels sticky and muggy outside. It's not feeling too bad out there. We got a lot of dry air sinking in over our area, so we're keeping it right around 57 degrees for the Tallahassee region. But if we're heading out into the future, because that's what the future is all about, we got the warm front here that's sitting right over our area now, providing quite a bit of warm air. Really no Arctic air at all in our area, but this little guy right up here, this low and cold front, could be pushing through within the next few days, and that will start to bring back that cool seasonable temperatures that we would expect for December here in Florida. A couple of sprinkles possibly around our area, and cloud cover will be the big story. We're not expecting a washout at all, but cloud cover could be the one to watch. As we move into tonight's forecast, we're looking 54 degrees. It's a beautiful night, so if you are heading outside, not expecting any rain at all, and it's going to be rather comfortable. So not cold, not hot. I'm loving this weather. Just a couple long sleeve shirts. It's great to feel. And then as we push on into tomorrow, 75 degrees, we're going to be rebounding nicely with abundant sunshine for the area. But as that front starts to push in, we'll start to see the clouds come back and that sun peek in and out a couple times. But for now, we're going to go ahead and send it on back to Connor and Allie to tell us more.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, we've been having some nice weather here, but unfortunately
Beautiful.
in California, that's where all the rain's been.
All the rain, and they really actually need it, though. They've been in a drought, and they need as much rain as they can get, but not quite as fast.
Yes, they have. They have received more rain this past week than they did for the entire year of 2013. So that was a ton of rain for them, and unfortunately, they're not ready for that flooding and everything that comes with the rain. So they have a big sinkhole there that they're trying to get taken care of. But for now, it's just a lot of flooding and a lot of rain.
A lot of flooding and a lot of rain. And the sinkhole that you mentioned is a big one, 10 feet wide and 8 feet deep. And apparently it has some historical significance to it, doesn't it?
It does. So this road was built in 1905, and so it has survived numerous earthquakes, and it just couldn't take that rain.
Couldn't take the rain. No drought for a long period of time, and then all the rain just comes on and drags right off the surface. So
Yeah, so they're working on getting that taken care of, but as for now, they're still going to be getting more rain into the weekend. But for here in Florida, like luckily,
not looking bad at all.
not too bad compared to California. We did have a couple clear days as we went through this past week, but those rain chances will start to come in as we move into the weekend. For today, though, we will look at our low temperatures throughout Florida, and not too bad. We only reached 54 here in Tallahassee, which is really nice considering it is December. But if you look all the way down in West Palm Beach, their low temperature was 74 degrees. Can you believe that? December, and their low temperature was 74 degrees. Even down there in Key West, they only got down to 70. So it is feeling nice around Florida for the next couple of days. Not too cold, and we are just loving those warm temperatures. For our current conditions, we're at 73 here in Tallahassee, slightly cooler over there in Pensacola. They're at 66, 77 in Tampa, 77 in West Palm Beach. So it is a warm one here in December, and those high 70s, plenty of sunshine, and just a couple clouds starting to make their way into our area. As you can see by the satellite and radar, it is a nice clear day. Like I said, a couple clouds coming in, giving just a little bit of rain to central Florida. We'll zoom in a little bit to see just a couple of those showers coming in from that sea breeze circulation. Nothing too big, nothing to worry about, just a little showers. If you are going out, if you went out today, hopefully you brought that umbrella because that will be the trend for the next couple of days anyway, just some slight showers. But when we look even farther into the future, we can see these clouds start to make their way into Florida as that cold front is going to come into our area. So we will have another couple days of sunshine, but as we go to Saturday, that is when that rain is going to start coming in to our area. So this weekend, if you're doing anything other than studying, don't forget that umbrella as you head out. Tonight, though, is going to be another beautiful one, 56 degrees here in Tallahassee, 65 in Tampa, and even warmer at 72 down there in Miami. So it is going to be another pleasant night, nice and clear for now. Those clouds will start to come in tomorrow night as that cold front is approaching. So if you are having any plans or want to go outside, get those out of the way today, or even tomorrow during the day is going to be nice, sunny again. So definitely enjoy that while you can, because as that rain comes in, it's not only going to drop our temperatures, but it's also going to make for a not so pleasant weekend. We're not going to be feeling like Florida. We're going to start to see those cooler temperatures. So like I said, get out there tonight and enjoy it. But for now, we are going to send it to Matt.
All right, thank you so much, Allie. I'm the Jack Frost of the studio today because I'm going to be talking about the winter weather update. Well, we're out of tropical hurricane season, so now we're going to be talking about the winter weather here. So we're going to be talking a lot about some snowfall and some icy mixes up in the northeast. We'll get to that in just a minute, but right now we're sitting pretty comfortable down here in Tallahassee, but here's what's going on across the nation. So as Connor mentioned before in his national, we got some cool temperatures up into the north, and you would expect that this time of year. I mean, it is winter after all. So cooler temperatures in the north, but look at this. This is really warm for this time of year here in December. We're sitting down here in the warm spot in Miami. Everyone's in the northeast is hating on Miami because they're 76 degrees and out at the beach. So if you've got any friends in the northeast, you can rub it in or just tell them to come on down with you as well. So we're warm down here in the southeast and all the southern part of the country, and then in the north we're keeping pretty cool right now. But for the snowfall, snowfall is definitely prevalent here in the northern parts of the country. We have Minneapolis. We were talking about Billings a few weeks back being a really bitterly cold spot, and it's still rather cool now with that snowfall on the ground. And out here in the western portion of the United States, we see a lot of rainy, really ugly weather up into Seattle and into Washington and Oregon. But over here in the northeast, this is where things will start to get rather interesting in the days to come. So satellite and radar currently across the nation. Here's our next rainmaker right out here. As it pushes up, it starts to really wrap around and create a lot of energy. This is going to be the low pressure that develops and starts to head on up to the northeast. This is going to bring, well, not so much snowfall, but actually a lot of icy mixes. So possibly up to an inch of ice accumulation on the road. So slick roads, definitely a possibility with this one. So I definitely recommend if you got family and friends in the northeast, let them know, drive safely over the weekend. So this is going to be pushing on up into the northeast. As you can see out here in the northwest, they're getting rain, they're getting sleet, a lot of icy mix. It's really not that much fun out there. It's not a white Christmas or a white December by any means. So here's what we got going on in the northeast if we zoom in a little bit more. We saw portions of Buffalo inundated by snow over the last couple weeks. Those folks up there are finally starting to get a little bit of a break, but not too much. You can see right here that lake effect snow machine is picking up once again. So unfortunately, our friends in Buffalo may be digging themselves out once more over the next weekend as that lake effect snow machine turns up just a little bit. Zooming in just a little bit more, here it is right on here on radar. You can see it quite clearly as that snowfall is just pummeling Buffalo and portions of New York State. So watch out for Buffalo up there. They're going to be feeling a lot of snowfall. Here's that snowfall accumulation. As we push on into Friday, you can start to see the white, pasty snow accumulate up into the northeast and really not affecting us down here at all. Maybe sometimes we wish we had a little bit of snow, but it's going to be warm and comfortable down here. But northeast, you're feeling a white December-y day. And into tonight, as we push into the rest of the country, it's looking rather cool, comfortable in the southeast. And of course, folks are going to be hating on Miami again because look at that low. It's 72 degrees. So you can head to the beach during the day or at night in Miami. So if you feel like that, I mean, you're definitely bundling up here in the north. And then as for tomorrow's forecast highs, it rebounds nicely here in the southeast with warm, almost in the 80s, peaking in some spots. But for now, we're going to send it back over to Allie and Connor, who will be telling us more about what's going on in the world.
Well, I mean, I know what's all in all of our minds is finals week is approaching next week.
Been studying all day.
Yes, of course, we all have. So as I was studying today, I decided to look up what are some foods that are good for your memory.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Hungry when you eat and studying.
It's true, and I'm just not good at memorization, so I figured like maybe
Eating
some
a little
foods could help
Swedish
me out.
fish, right?
Swedish fish are my thing, but that is not any type of food to help your memory. So I
No.
looked some of them up, and some of the ones that I prefer are peanuts and peanut butter,
I don't mind peanuts
and sunflower seeds are another good one.
Okay, all right. But I also heard some there's some greener things involved.
There are some greener, a little bit healthier things, such as spinach and broccoli. Those are always some
Always
good
broccoli
ones.
can never go wrong. Can never go wrong.
And that's when I realized that's why he is better at memorization, because Connor is our broccoli's
can't-
biggest fan.
Yeah, I do have I can memorize. Maybe it's just the broccoli love. You just need, Allie, you need to come onto the good side, the green side.
Of course. So as we're all studying for finals, don't forget about that broccoli and that spinach. But for now, we're going to send it back out to John to tell us more about the weather.
Thanks, guys. And it was a warm one. Almost felt like you could grow things outside right now. Temperatures were about 12 degrees above average today for the high temperature today, actually 2 degrees off of the record high temperature this afternoon. And that warm trend is going to continue for the next 2 days or so before the next cool front comes in. Tonight, We're looking at 73 degrees right now here in downtown Tallahassee with this giant big humidity factor right here. That's bringing in the humidity downtown, feeling a little bit sticky out here, and the winds are calm right now, which could lead to a little bit of fog for folks Quitman, Monticello, up to Thomasville. Temperatures around the area still in the 70s, actually climbing in Wilma. Actually, the number there didn't quite show up, but we were in the upper 70s last hour in Wilma. These temperatures are going to be coming down into the 50s and 60s during the overnight hours. Clouds, just a few light clouds passing through the area, nothing to block the sun there, but these are heading off towards the east. Not even a shower here across the Big Bend area. Those showers have stayed off the east coast for today, and that trend's going to continue as well as winds start to shift out of the south and eventually out of the west as we head into the next couple of days, and that's because of this warm front that is going to start to move off towards the north. It's going to bring in more heat and possibly some more moisture as well. Temperatures up in the upper 70s tomorrow across the Big Bend area again tomorrow, and then finally the system moves into the area across the south and east. That's going to bring in a slight change. That's going to cool us off as we head into the overnight hours on Saturday into Sunday. No effects on the Winter Festival on Saturday night, but there could be a couple of showers lingering across the area as we head into the overnight hours on Saturday into early Sunday, and a couple more showers as we head into Sunday, and a lot more shower activity as we head up towards Charlotte for the ACC Championship. 56 degrees, that's a warm temperature. That may actually be possibly record-breaking warmth during the overnight hours and clear conditions, maybe again some fog up towards Valdosta, Madison, Greenville, places like that. Wind will be calm. That's not going to blow those clouds around a whole lot either. Again, that clear morning begins right around 8 o'clock. The fog should clear out by 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then warming up into the 70s and possibly near 80 in a few spots as we head through the afternoon. Clouds start to build as we head into the evening hours tomorrow ahead of the next storm system. And as we head through the next couple of days, a light, not really a storm chance, but rain chance as we head into Saturday evening, and then into Sunday we pick up about a 10% chance of rain, and then the temperatures start to tumble back towards seasonal conditions as we head into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Look at that morning low as we head into the middle of next week. A couple more clouds and a little bit lower temperatures as well, feeling a little bit more like wintertime, but we've got to head up towards North Carolina for this weekend to feel some of those winter-type conditions.
And that's right, John. And we, Florida State Seminoles, are taking on Georgia Tech in Charlotte.
We are. That is up there in North Carolina, so their weather will be slightly different from ours.
Slightly, it's a little rainy, but shouldn't throw off the Seminoles.
No, we got to do it. We got to squash Georgia Tech there.
Well, I like what you did. The vegetable reference, always a good thing on this show. But yes, we got to get our arms chopping.
Yeah, go Noles.
Right, and I say garnet.
You say gold?
Garnet.
I say gold.
Okay. But always supporting our Seminoles, and you can too. Game is at 8 p.m., so it should be nice.
Right, the weather though here is not going to be as nice as we've seen the last couple of days. Those clouds will start to move in and start to drop our temperatures, and the Noles will be seeing the same thing up there in North Carolina. They'll have some clouds and some rain, so hopefully it won't throw their game off too much.
That's right, yeah. And hopefully we'll be able to say new ACC champions again this year. But those temperatures, as Allie was saying, are going down as we do head into next week, finals week. So be prepared for that.
Yes, especially all you with the early finals. Get up early and bundle up. But for now, if you want to like us on Facebook.com/FSU Weather.
And follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/FSU Weather.
And you can watch us anytime at Livestream.com/FSU Weather.
And of course, always tune back here Monday through Friday. This is the last Thursday show of the semester, but be sure to bring us back on next semester for some additional vegetable stories and some tales. Always some great experiences here on FSU Weather.
Have a great night, everyone.
Have a fantastic evening.